Hi guys, it's Nancy, and this video is how to kind of refresh your original Misti. So this is an original Misti, and I know it's an original, well, because I bought it, but also because it has the painted lines on here, so these can very easily be wiped off if you use any kind of chemical cleaner. And I had mine originally wrapped, I wrapped it in like clear vinyl, so it's in pretty good shape, but I wanted to clean it up. I did buy myself a new mini Misti and a new full-size Misti recently. I also have the Stamparatus, which is no longer sold. And I do think the Misti is a good tool to have in your stamping supplies as a basic tool. It does so much in terms of lining up stamps. It does a lot with, making sure that it's straight and layering and things like that. However, it is expensive. It is one of the tools that I would call a staple tool. And I would say that, if you're serious about doing stamping and card making, this is probably something you don't want to skimp on. And I've had this is one of the original ones. So the issue with the original ones were, as you can see on mine, the hinges, everything is plastic. And there's a big crack in mine right there. And actually, eventually the hinges will crack and the plastic will come out. But this is all acrylic, all glued together, handmade. I believe that she made them at home and this was screen printed on. Well, the newer ones, and I'll show you a new one at the end, have a little extra lip on them, so they're easier to open. This is now etched in, so it's not screen printed. And I believe the hinges are metal. Let me see. I have a little one here. I use the little one most of the time. Yeah, so the hinges now are, the little pieces in there are metal. It's still plastic, and there's a lip built onto the outside. But again, this is my original. I still want to keep it. I still want to use it. It's well loved. But this video is about refreshing it, keeping it, and using it for a long time. You can see my acrylic here is all kind of stressed and scratched. I don't know if the camera is going to show you guys that, but it's all stressed, it's all scratched, and that's, it's many, many years old. So it's not dead yet. So the first thing I've done is I have cleaned it really well with Windex. You don't really want to use any kind of alcohol or anything like that, because this will take the color off. That pink screen printed color will come off. So I just have some Windex, and I've been using Windex and really wiping it down. Okay. And you can buy, these are like super cheap right now. I think they're $1 original Misti stickers from the Misti website. I do believe she's discontinuing them because of how cheap they are. So get yourself a set while you can. And I grabbed some teal ones here. And I just pulled off the old ones. That's another way you know you have an original, because these are stickers. And the new ones are actually etched in. Okay. And normally you're supposed to have the door on the right. I like my door on the left. So I'm going to put my stickers so they're face up. And all you're going to do is you're just going to line this up as best you can. Ooh, and try not to stick it down till you're ready. Just like that. Okay. And I normally start from the corner and work my way out, which is why I have my one over here. And if you have any bubbles or anything, you can use a little squeegee to try to push it out. Not something, too big to worry about. All right, and I'm going to do the one on the top. Matches my nail colors. Oh. Okay. All right, so I have my my lines and my numbers on there, and then this is going to go right over top. You can cut, in fact, I think I will cut this edge off right here. Just so that ruler sticks directly on the acrylic instead of sticking on the sticker. And like I said, I do think she's discontinuing these because they were, like I said, $1. I paid more for shipping than I did the stickers, you guys. Okay. And now we're going to put this guy on. It should go all the way to the edge. So on this one, I'm going to try to be careful here that it doesn't stick down prematurely. There we go. So now I have nice new stickers on there, but that's not it. I have some clear Oracle, I don't know what number it is, but it's permanent clear vinyl. And what I've done is I've taken a piece and I've matched up. And I had this on my Misti before, and I just took it all off to clean it up, because I want to get all the way to the edges, and I didn't do that before. I had just put it down like this, which protected the front and the back of my Misti, but it didn't protect this area here. So I can feel that crack has gone all the way through. So I'm just going to line this up. I've cut some notches there. So we're gonna put this down, and then we'll put another piece on that side, and we'll put and this is the width of it. I don't have it any wider. I'm sure you could buy clear. I think it's Oracle 651. It's a clear vinyl is what it is for, like, you know, making outdoor signs and things like that. But I think I have it measured pretty well here. Wait, do I have it measured right? It's not precise, but it's good enough. Okay, we're going to move forward here with this application as well. And I would not recommend this on the new Misti, but again, this is an older Misti. It is out of warranty, you know, and I'm just at this point trying to preserve what I can of it before it ends up inevitably in the trash for, you know, just being old, cracking, and looks like there's a crack right there actually on the inside. Because unfortunately that is what the older ones did, but still a very, very good tool to have in your stamping arsenal, especially if you do layered stamping. I do a lot of layered stamping. I prefer my Stamparatus for layered stamping because you have 4 different windows, but unfortunately you can't get that anymore. So the Misti has a couple different sizes. The small one is the one I would recommend for card makers. That is the one I use 90% of the time. This is the regular one. Oh my gosh, it's taking forever to get this backing off. And then they have like a 12 by 12 scrapbooking one, or a memory making one they call it. It's like humongous. So there are a couple different sizes, but I think the card making one is probably the one I use the most. It is the one I use the most. It's the easiest one for me to grab. It's right in front of me. It's easy to take with me. And this bigger one I use if I'm doing larger stamps, or, you know, like big red rubber stamps. These will work on red rubber stamps as well as clear photopolymer stamps. I do think that most people use them on clear photopolymer stamps, but They do work on red rubber stamps. There's a, just trying to press this down. There is a padding that goes in here, like a little mouse pad that you take out if you're going to use it on red rubber stamps. Okay, so I'm not perfectly lined up here, but close enough that I am to the edge, which is what I wanted. And then I can just take my X-Acto knife and cut in a little closer here to these guys. I think I'm going to remove the acrylic from up top here off the hinge. I don't need it on the hinge. I just need it to go on here. And the air bubbles will, they will go down and dissipate. So if you have an older Misti and you're just trying to stretch the life out of it, this is something you might want to be able to do. If you don't have a Misti, something you might want to look into. I know there's a little bit of political controversy behind it, but it is a good tool. Okay, so that was the hardest piece of the whole thing. I do not recommend any kind of colored coating because then you won't be able to see through it. And you kind of need to see through it for stamping. Just cut off the excess there. And like I said, the air bubbles will, you know, they'll, as you use this and press this down, they'll go away. All right, and then I'm going to grab another piece of this and line it up on this side here. And it'll go right to the edge. I might bring another piece in and wrap it around the edge just so I have the edges covered, because that's usually where, like on the inside here, you can see where it's starting to just kind of chip away. Crack, disintegrate, age, you know, like we do. Again, just taking some Windex, wiping this down, making sure it's nice and clean. Do see some leftover adhesive on there. Okay. I'm going to go right up against that one. I couldn't find my plastic squeegee tool, but I found this one, which is an old stencil Dreamweaver embossing paste spreader, but it'll work. Okay, so that side's done. All right, now let's do the front, and I'll cut all the edges off. Same thing, gonna wipe this down with a little bit of Windex. And this piece I'll go all the way to the edge. There's no hinges here. So I can go all the way to the edge. Now, I mean, you'll see that clear kind of film there, but this is a permanent film, so it's going to last a while, and you really don't have to worry about it peeling up or getting inked on, or, you know, it's just there, again, just as an extra precaution to just try to protect our Misti, keep it lasting longer. I mean, if you didn't want to invest in another one, like I said, these are not inexpensive, so. Okay, I'm just going to try to push all those air bubbles out as best as I can. And then this piece will go on this edge. And then I probably will do a piece and just wrap it around the edge there. The hardest part is getting this film off the backing. Okay, here we go. All right, and then I will do the edge. I'll cut a piece that's maybe about 1 inch wide and wrap it and do the edge. I'll cut these pieces off the sides here, and then that will be done. So that is how I kind of refresh my Misti, original Misti. I have done this before with this one, and it really did, I think, hold up and keep it looking really nice. So let me know in the comments, do you have an original Misti? Is this a way you think you could keep it looking, lasting longer, or do you just say forget it and buy yourself a new one? All right, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and keep on stamping. Bye, guys.